Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled Three Sky Arches Over Snowy Alps. So what do we see here? Well, here we see the Alps in the foreground and a couple of arches in the background that we'll take a look at. How do you get an image like this? Well, this case, the photographer had to be dropped off by a helicopter on a mountain peak in the Alps and spend the night there getting the images of this to be able to put them together and then to spend 40 hours processing afterwards to put together this 360-degree panorama of the view. Now we see a number of different things here, including the Alps, including the Matterhorn off to the right of center. But up in the sky, we see three different arches in the sky. And that includes two of those that are of the Milky Way. Now, those would not be visible at the same time. So this is a composite image putting things together to get the full 360-degree view. In fact, the one we see on the left, looking toward the center of the galaxy, would be the part visible just before sunrise. That's the inner portion of the Milky Way, and we're looking in there towards the denser star clouds towards the galactic center. And we can note that it is much stronger in terms of intensity and number of stars than the other arch to the right-hand side, which is the outer portion of the Milky Way, so looking away from the galactic center. Now, just looking at the two, you can kind of get the idea that there are far more stars toward the center of our galaxy than there are toward the edge. That's because of our positioning within the Milky Way. We are not at the center, and we're not at the very edge. We're maybe 2/3 or so of the way out from the center. So looking toward the center, there's a lot of stars, but looking out the other direction, there are far fewer. But we can still at least see that pattern there in the sky. Now, the third arc that we see in the middle, kind of spanning the two, is the zodiacal light. Now, it is not associated specifically with the Milky Way, but is actually a part of our solar system. Zodiacal light is actually dust in our solar system that scatters sunlight back to Earth. So the sunlight travels out into the solar system. There are a lot of dust grains there, debris left behind by comets and impacts with asteroids. And then the light reflects off those and comes back to Earth. Now, that then highlights the plane of our solar system, which, as we can see, is very different than the plane of our Milky Way. Those arches do not overlap. But it gets its name as zodiacal light because it follows the constellations of the zodiac, which are the constellations within the plane of our solar system that the sun, moon, and planets will appear to pass through over time. And as positioned here, we can see how it kind of combines those, making a total of three arcs from this view. So that was our picture of the day, titled Three Sky Arches Over Snowy Alps. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.